They're called fizz sticks, and they're by Arbor. Fizz sticks.
I thought you said fisting.
You know what? I'll do anything but that. I'm just telling you right now. I am not doing fisting. So fizz sticks. Welcome to the Wild Roads. I'm Shona Lee.
And I'm Paula Ivy. Join us for conversations about how we don't do stuff normal.
How we choose the wild roads of life. We want to show you all that's fun and possible, building businesses, making money,
navigating relationships and parenting, things we nerd out about,
and running at our wildest dreams.
What's a totally random question that you want to know about? What's something that you want to know?
All right. I reckon lots of women will be interested in this.
Oh, okay.
And this is going to be like, I think everyone's like, let's not ask it, but fuck, I want to know it.
Oh, okay.
All right. I want to ask, because you are like this to me, to the outside world, this beach goddess, your skin, your body, you just be who you are. Like, that's just evident. But your hair, what do you use? What do you wash your hair with? How do you do it? What's on your skin? What do you eat? How do you look this amazing?
Oh, this is a good question. I really feel like I'm looking into a mirror right now, though, Sean. I'm like, we're kind of the same, though, girl. Okay. So this is actually a really good question. I actually keep it really super simple. This, I guess, traveling around Australia helped me to really minimalize what I do, especially with my skin. I pretty much just use water.
That's it.
Like, okay, I do use a few products, and I'll tell you what those products are, but I don't use them every single day. One that my husband and I have used for a really long time, and this is what I'll put. Usually when we like bath the kids, I just put plain water in there. I don't even put like bubble bath or anything in there. My husband had really bad eczema when he was a baby, and it tends to sometimes flare up every now and then. Like he'll get like a little patch. And when our daughter was born, she got a patch of eczema like on her back that would come and go. So I was really into like not using any soaps or anything, because that just makes it flare up. And I found an amazing moisturizer. So what we use in the shower, I only use this probably about twice a week. Just because I'm pretty lazy, but I feel like my skin doesn't really need it, is the Dr. Bronner's Castile soap.
Oh, yeah.
I buy it from the health food shop. I buy like the big container of it. That feels amazing on the skin. It's got like hemp seed oil in it, which is really good for your skin.
Yeah.
It also works really well as a cleanser as well. But I don't actually, I'm naughty. I don't actually cleanse my face every day. Yeah. But I don't wear makeup.
Yes.
I don't wear makeup, so I don't feel like I need to cleanse my face every day. But I do use sometimes, like every other day, I'll probably do something to my face. So I'll either use the Castile soap, or I probably once a week use, or twice a week use, you know, Zoe Foster Blake, her go-to brand.
Go-to skin,
I use her foaming mousse cleanser thing.
Yeah.
I only use that once or twice a week. And then about once a week, I just use jojoba oil, and I put it on my face, and then I get in the shower, and then I use like a muslin cloth type thing, like a face, really thin face lifter, and I just rub it. That's my exfoliating. But it makes your skin so smooth because of the jojoba oil. Is amazing. So that's what I do to my face, and then every day I use a moisturizer all over my body, and I use the same moisturizer on my body that I do on my face.
What is it?
It's the brand's called Ecotan.
Oh, yes. I love it.
Yeah, but it's their coconut milk moisturizer. It doesn't have tan in it, but it's like their moisturizer. It is amazing. I used that on Harper when she was a baby, when she got the eczema, and it cleared it cleared it up so quickly. And my skin's probably more naturally on the dry side than oily, like all over. Even my like hair is naturally dry than oily. So I use that. It's amazing. It's really light and it's really moisturizing. And then for my face, I'll use that, but then I'll use a couple of drops of the jojoba oil in that, and that's my face. And then most days, if I'm going outside, I'll use the go-to brand Tinted Zinc.
Oh, lovely.
It's just like, it's not makeup, but it just, I don't know, it's something. But it doesn't look like you're wearing makeup. It doesn't feel like you're wearing makeup. But I know that I've got some protection on my face, and it does even out your skin a little bit, but not, it's like a really light sort of coverage. And then occasionally I'll use, one of the makeup things that I do use is, what are they called? Eco Minerals, which is a company in Byron Bay. They have this little tube that you can buy, and it's like a liquid shimmer or liquid highlighter or something. And I just put that on my cheeks, and like when I wear that, people are like, oh, you're like glowing today, and I'm like, thanks. But it's just like this tiny little bit that you put on your cheeks. It's amazing.
Gorgeous.
And it's like a little bottle, and it lasts you forever. And then in my hair, I don't wash my hair all that often. I wash my hair probably every 1 to 2 weeks. Like,
that's good.
Every 1 to 2 weeks I wash my hair. Like I said, it's naturally dry, not oily, so it doesn't feel like it gets dirty really quickly. But I know that people say the more you wash your hair, the quicker it gets oily, because you're stripping your hair of its natural oils every time you wash it. So I only wash it every 1 to 2 weeks. And purely that was out of laziness, because my hair has always been so freaking thick that it takes forever to dry, that I hate washing my hair. So like I wouldn't wash it every day like a lot of people started the habit of doing. A lot of my friends, I was like, nah, I can't, because it takes like a day to dry. It's ridiculous. So I only wash it every 1 to 2 weeks. I use Kevin Murphy shampoo and conditioner that I brush it once when I when I wash it, when it's wet.
That's once more than me.
And then it just and then it dries, and the longer it is, the less curly it goes. But my hair's naturally wavy curly, depending on the humidity and how much swimming in the ocean I've done. Depends on how curly it gets. But I don't brush it. It's like, now it's been a few days, it's kind of knotty, but I don't care.
No, but that's the
people
thing.
always like, your hair looks so amazing. I'm like, I literally don't do anything to it. I wash it every 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Just let your hair do its thing.
Yes, embrace what it is. Yeah.
But it took me a long time. In high school and like early 20s, I used to wash my hair and then straighten it, because I didn't like the curls and all of that sort of stuff. Because every time I'd wash my hair, it would go fluffy out.
Fluffy, yeah.
I had really fluffy hair, and it wasn't until I switched to the Kevin Murphy range that my hair actually went curly and not fluffy. And I was like, oh my gosh, I found my shampoo and conditioner.
Yeah, cool.
My hair looks amazing now, and I don't have to do anything to it. So yeah, switching up brands I think is a big one. A lot of the conditioners just made my hair go so fluffy, and I was like, this is gross. I look like a poo.
Mine too. Mine goes so
Kevin
fluffy.
Murphy's good.
I need to try Kevin Murphy. I haven't used that yet. I'm in I just can't find one that's just really cool right now. You know, it's that switching it up. It works for a while and then it doesn't. But
I've used Kevin Murphy for like years and years and years and years and years.
Yeah.
And it's still doing good. So
that's cool.
Oh, the other thing that I do for my skin is I have collagen every day. That made a huge difference to my skin too. Yeah. Because because I'm in late 30s now. They say when you hit 30, your body starts to lose collagen. And yeah, I noticed, especially when we were traveling, and there was twice that I ran out of it while we were traveling and I couldn't find it. And so I had like a couple of weeks where I didn't have it. And I'm like, oh, I can see all my wrinkles, and like my skin started to feel drier than usual and all that sort of stuff. So it really helps with like making your skin like plump up and the wrinkles disappear a bit and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like using a collagen.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's really, and I definitely notice it when I don't take it. And I'm definitely awful at taking something every day. But that's,
I have it in my tea in the morning. So first thing in the morning, I'm usually pretty hungry. I usually wake up hungry in the mornings. And if I eat first thing when I wake up, I'm still tired. I'm like, oh, that's when I eat like 5,000 pieces of toast. And I'm like, that's when I crave it. And now being gluten free, I'm like, oh, I just want toast. But I put collagen in my tea and like some MCT oil in my tea in the morning first thing. And that, it doesn't matter if I work out before or after that. It's light, and the fat and the little bit of calories sort of help tie me over for a couple of hours until I'm like, okay, cool. I'm ready to eat some fruit and to like eat the good stuff for breakfast rather than just reacting when I wake up and I'm like, give me all the food.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Because that's legit me in the morning. I'm like, I just want to eat everything.
Oh, I know that feeling. Big time. And that's why I've banned bread. I've banned bread in my home because I just can't eat it. It just I put weight on with bread and I feel gross. All I want to do is sleep all day. Yeah. So. I've noticed a massive difference since stopping eating bread or gluten. I'm not celiac. I can still have it, but my digestive needed a break. And now when I eat it, every now and again, it's like, this tastes so good. And then after I eat it, like half an hour after, I'm like, I'm sleepy. Oh, that's why I don't eat it again. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. I totally relate. Cool.
Did that satisfy you?
Hey, that satisfied me big time. Because I'm like, okay, so I need to give my conditioner and shampoo. I need to change things up. Yeah. No, it's very cool. Like when you get to your 40s, actually 40, 41, 42, I was still, like, from 36 to 42, nothing changed with my skin at all. And then 43, 44, and then this year, it was just like, oh, my God, it's just decided, like, the collagen, even though I was taking some, it was just, things were just like, whoa, this girl is aging. But it's interesting because energy plays a big role in it as well. With my energy, I wear my energy on my face a lot. But I actually am like really wanting to look after my skin. Obviously, you're getting to that point. I look up to Elle McPherson, who's got the most amazing vitality. And so it's just like looking at her and she can be like 58 and look the way she does. It's like, wow, wow. And that's the energy I want to have. So yeah, I'm taking care of my skin a little bit more now.
She has a line of stuff. Did you know that?
Welco. Yeah. I take that every day. I have her. It's the little it's the powder that I have. That every day. I definitely do that every day. It's beautiful. Like as far as how it makes you feel, it's not the best tasting stuff, but it's like it's not awful either. It's not. But yeah, it's a big glass full. But you can put make it in your smoothies and that. I just can't be bothered. I just do it straight. And I just do it straight.
That's how hard you are. You just do it straight.
Yeah, I just chug it down, have a coffee chaser. I'm
the party animal.
I know. So
you don't need none of this smoothie business. Just shove it hard. Straight down the house.
So yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love taking care of my skin from the inside out as well. And
100%.
Just having someone. I've got Sarah Wake that does skin school, and just being able to have her on tap as well with some things. And I've brought some products from her. And and even just like energy drinks, and they're not energy drinks per se, they're just like the ginseng and a few other things that are natural. Because in mid-arvo, I just want to go to bed. Like I feel like I need a nap mid-arvo. I just get a real slump. And so I've been having these little fizzy drinks. It's almost like a Brooker, but it's all natural. And they're beautiful tasting. And they just pick me up just like that. And it's just a nice pick me up because it lasts as well.
Oh, what are they called?
They're called Fizz Sticks, and they're by Arbonne. Fizz Sticks.
I thought you said fisting.
You know what? I'll do anything but that. I'm just telling you right now. I am not doing fisting. So fizz sticks. This is, by the way, this is a whole episode. We're talking 30 minutes on
Let's just roll with it.
I love it. This is a whole episode.
We had a whole other topic of conversation, but let's just keep talking with the what we do things.
About this is great. I love it. And so the fizz sticks are great, and also the skin.
Wait. Spell it for me.
Fizz, F-I-Z-Z.
Oh, fizz.
Fizz sticks.
Sticks.
Yes, sticks. S-T-I-C-K-S.
Oh, like fizz whiz.
Yeah, like a fizz whiz, but it's a stick of some goodness, and you put it in your water.
Oh, you know, did you remember these things from school? It was like, what were they called? Double dip or something? And you open the packet up and there was sherbet, 2 different types of sherbet, and that had the stick, and you'd suck on the stick and then dip it in the sherbet. Yeah, like that. This is the liquid sticks. Form of that. But not like that.
Yeah.
They should have been called fizz sticks. But anyway.
They should have. So yeah, these are the bomb. And yeah, I'm just all about natural. Hey, my hair is wild, like just crazy. I wash it, I don't know, every 4 days or something, just because it feels, it gets annoying on my scalp. So it's just like, it's a bit irritating.
Yeah, I think the more you extend it out, like the more it doesn't get annoying.
Do you know what I need to do? I need to work out what to do when we go like snorkeling in the sea, which me and you are going to be doing soon.
Oh yeah.
Together.
We're gonna meet up in Ellie Beach.
In Ellie Beach.
We're gonna party. Oh, we're gonna have a special episode that weekend.
We will be doing a special episode that weekend. We're gonna be together partying on a boat. But we're going to be snorkeling, and I don't know what to do with my hair, because I can tell you, when you see me get out of the water, you're going to go, what the, because it is like spirally curly. Like it's really curly, and it's really out there. Like it's thick.
I cannot wait to see this.
And but the worst part is, like, everyone's going, but that should be beautiful. I'm like, yeah, but then there's this little afro frizzy thing that's on top of it in the humidity in North Queensland that like humid. Doesn't need to be there. Like it doesn't belong.
Okay, I'll give you some tips for curly hair after you go swimming, because I go swimming a lot.
Yes.
I practically live in the ocean. Even in winter, I'll go swimming. So that's probably actually half the reason why I don't wash my hair so much, because I'm like, I'll go swimming tomorrow, so I won't wash it today.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it's a waste.
For you.
It's a waste. If you wash your hair and then you go swimming that next day, it's a waste. A waste of time, waste of energy, waste of product, all of the things.
Yes.
So with swimming and curly hair, look at the Kevin Murphy range. They have a one called Motion Lotion, and I use that because the Motion Lotion, it's like a curling cream, right? But it's not heavy. It doesn't make your hair greasy. It doesn't make your hair crunchy like mousse does, or like a lot of like waxes and stuff like that. It's not like that. It's like, it feels like moisturizer actually.
Yeah.
I put that in my hair when it's wet and I'm not going to do anything with it, and that kind of helps with some of the frizz. It depends on how frizzy your hair is and how reactive how reactive it is to the humidity and all the things.
Yeah, I get off the plane in North Queensland and it's like and it's just like, it's all like business at the top, man, with all this frizz.
I have to say, it was very humid here in Sydney this last summer because it was just raining nonstop. And usually we have dry summers. We don't have a lot of rain in summer in Sydney. It was very much out of character, and it was very humid, and my hair was getting the humidity fuzz on it as well, which was slightly annoying. It gets worse when the cleaner my hair is as well.
Okay, well that's a good pointer.
Dirty hair.
Go to do more dirty hair.
Then put some Motion Lotion in it, and you'll be fine. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Otherwise, I just put it
That's
in a
what I
bun like usual.
Putting it up in a bun while it dries, I find helps as well. Or doing the old towel wrap of the hair while it dries too, I find helps. Hot heat, it goes frizzier.
Yeah.
If it's inside of a towel, I don't know. There's some magic things about a towel when your hair's up in there and it's wet and then it starts to dry in there. I don't know.
It doesn't want you to know about it, but it's just magic in there. I know.
Yeah.
Because
the towel creates a magic force field for your hair. When you brush your hair, if you're a non-brushing person like I am, because you have curly or straight hair, curly or wavy hair, I brush it in the shower while I'm still in the shower. Then I get out and then I wrap it up in a towel for a bit until it dries off.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And then I take it out. I don't brush it after I've gotten out of the shower.
Yeah, no, it just goes really crazy. But I get conditioner and then use my fingers through. And that's about all I can do. Otherwise, it's just out there, man. So what else do I do? Lemon water's a big for me. I do love lemon water to alkalize. Yeah, lemon water, black coffee. I haven't been on milk since August last year. I'm dairy-free since August last year.
Oh, dairy is the devil. Oh, my God.
Dairy is the devil. My skin's better. My eyes are better. My eyes are brighter. I can think clearly. I'm just like, my stomach feels better. And just, everything's just working a little bit better.
I was always in the camp of like, dairy's my main food group. Yeah. Ever since I was a kid, I was obsessed with anything dairy. Loved it. I was lactose intolerant when I was a kid, but I grew out of it. My favorite foods are dairy. But
it sucks. Do you miss cheese? I miss cheese a hell of a lot.
And sour cream. Oh my God.
Oh, sour cream.
Sour cream is the best. How can you eat Mexican food without sour cream? I don't know if that's like, if it even is supposed to go with Mexican food, or if that's something that like other cultures have like put it in there, and
having nachos without sour cream,
you can't,
or cheese is like, that's.
And I don't like avocados, but since I went dairy free, I had to, because I make these really beautiful nachos that have heaps of veggies in them, and they're delicious, healthy nachos, and they don't have cheese on them, which is okay, but it would be better with cheese. My husband puts cheese on his and sour cream. But when I was eating them, I was like, oh, it needs something. And so I started eating avocado just with that. And I was like, it's not too bad with avocado, but I'm like, it's still like, it's not the same without sour cream. Sour cream was like my favorite thing ever. I used to put it on pretty much everything I could put sour cream on. I would. Like, I used to make mashed potatoes with sour cream.
Yes. I used to
so good.
Oh, mate, just give me any potato and there's sour cream on it. Roast potatoes, sour cream. I miss it so bad.
I do. In this episode, Sharon and Paul talk about how much they miss sour cream. I used to put it on. No. But since I went dairy-free, completely stayed off it since the beginning of this year. So it's been a couple of months. I was supposed to be dairy-free. No. It was last year. Oh my gosh, give myself credit. Oh, it was the Christmas before I was supposed to be, and then I pretended like I wasn't. It was, I think it was about September, October last year. So that's what? September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So it's been about 7 months since I haven't had dairy. Like, I've stayed off it. Occasionally here and there I would have like a piece of chocolate that had dairy in it, or if we went out to eat and it said gluten-free but it didn't say dairy-free and it might have had, I don't know, something in it. I wasn't sure what, in the way that it was cooked. I was like, oh yeah, I'll have it. It was funny, this Easter's just gone, and we were given chocolates left, right and center from like, all of the people, because we've got kids, so we got given extras. And I'm like, I don't want my kids eating that much chocolate either. So I would end up eating a lot of it, because I was like, well, I don't want you to eat it. And they were more than happy to share though, because they had so much, and they love sharing. Yes. Too. But then I actually noticed that it was probably a good like 2 or 3 days where I had Easter eggs, like a couple of them each of the days. I noticed the mornings that I'd wake up after eating chocolate, I was like dead tired. and I found it impossible to get out of bed. I'd hit snooze about 6 times, whereas usually as soon as my alarm goes off, I'm like, yay, and I get out of bed because I'm one of those annoying morning people. But I found that I was just hitting snooze, and I'm like, I literally cannot get my body out of bed. Like, what is going on? And the other thing was that I was completely mental. Like, I was yelling at everybody. I had these outbursts of just like rage at the kids, and I'm like, just do it. I'm like, whoa, okay, what is going on? Yeah. And then I haven't eaten it since then, and I've noticed that I don't have that rage out, but I'm like, it's so the dairy. It makes you go crazy.
It does.
It does, and it messes with your body.
It's not meant for our body.
No. Hey? I stopped drinking milk or having milk with cereal and stuff like years and years and years and years ago. That was like the first thing that I sort of eliminated from my diet, and I found a massive improvement from just not having cow's milk on stuff, and I switched to having coconut milk or rice milk.
Yeah.
And that made a huge improvement, but then I was still eating the sour cream and the cheese and the chocolate. Like, I was like, don't tell me to give up these things. They're like life for me.
I know. They are like life. It's like
they're literally life. I could live off a diet of cheese, sour cream, and chocolate. Well, I'd need something to put the sour cream on, but
no, it's like losing your teeth when you stop having your cheese and your sour cream. But I feel so good now that it's just like I just can't go there now.
Have you ever had a pizza without cheese on it?
Yeah. I'll tell you what it is.
Yeah.
It's bland as F, but it's so
dry.
It's like you just have garlic oil and rocket and something else.
Oh, like I know garlic pizza you can have without cheese.
Yeah, I have to have garlic. Yeah, I don't know. Do you know what? I'm actually on the verge of breaking out. I feel like I need one. I need a pizza, but it will hurt the next day or 2 days. But but I must admit it is an amazing feeling to feel a little bit healthier not have it.
Yeah.
And I don't feel sorry for myself anymore. I used to.
Yeah, when other people would be like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to eat anything. And you're just like, okay, show me the gluten-free and dairy-free section. Okay,
exactly.
I've got one choice. All right, I'll have that.
That's it.
Or I've got like half a choice and you've got to remove half of the good things on it. I know the difference now between feeling like crap and feeling amazing, that you look at it in a whole different way. You're like, is this going to be actually worth it though? And then, I mean, there has been a few times where I was over the past 7 months, I haven't been, like I've had a few times where I've had gluten and or dairy. A few weeks ago, we had Thai food. I hadn't had Thai food in like a year. I used to be
Thai food. Oh my God. How did you go?
Oh my God. I like woofed down this like pad Thai. I was like, that's my favorite thing in the world. I'm like, pad Thai.
Oh my God.
And I ate it and I was like, this is so good. And then like 20 minutes after I ate it, I'm like, I feel like I've literally got a brick in my stomach. I was like, this is not good. And I lay down and I was like, I'm tired and I feel extremely dehydrated. I drank like 2 liters of water. And then I was like, okay, I'm done.
See you next to your Thai restaurant.
Yeah. We're on our 1-year anniversary.
Oh no, was it?
Oh no, it wasn't our anniversary, but like every year I can have pad Thai on our pad Thai anniversary. That's a thing, right?
That's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. Oh, goodness.
Anywho, other than that, I think the only other thing that I do that I stick to for feeling good is exercising first thing in the morning too.
Yeah.
Because I find that if I try to do it later in the day, I don't.
Yeah,
I
that's
find
exactly
excuses to do other things. Also, I love stretching and being flexible because I was a dancer when I was younger. Oh, you were too, Sean.
I was.
Yeah. I love still being flexible. So I love yoga and stretching and all of those sorts of things. I do love to get sweaty though with my exercise. I always do a variety of things, but I honestly think that keeping your flexibility and your strength, I mean, I'm not old, but like it gets harder to do as you get older.
It does.
I'm not 20 anymore. Like, in my
and
20s,
losing your
like,
strength
exercise is easy and all the things.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, oh, it's like such a mission, and like, you know, things.
It is a mission. I can't not be strong. I cannot not be strong. I just need to be, because it's not just a physical feeling of empowerment. It's mental as well. You know, when you're feeling
100%.
frail and weak, it's kind of like it really does set you back.
No, 100%. And I really do believe that, like, moving your body, especially with stretching and doing things that, you know, make you sweat as well, it's amazing for blood circulation and all of the things, which then affects your skin too. So I honestly think that, like, the more you can embrace exercise and flexibility as part of taking care of your skin as well. Oh, your post. Let's talk about your post that you posted the other day about what
my personal trainer.
Your personal trainer, that's what it's called. I was about to say gym coach, but like your personal trainer said to you, because that really struck for me, that I was like, oh yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like when you're doing your workout, it's such a mental battle. Like, it's the place, I'm going to let you tell, but it's like the place where you can do that.
Yeah, so I was feeling really guilty because I would go to my personal trainer. It was a one-on-one session, and so I'd very customized to me. I've got, you know, back issues and stuff, so I'd lift weights, I'd do a little bit of cardio, but a lot of it was strength training, which is a battle to go through that discomfort, the pain.
Yeah,
it's hard, yakka, right? But I really loved it. It kept me strong, it kept my body strong, kept my core strong, my back strong. But it was really cool. But when I was working out, every time I'd go there, I would just, like, you know, because I was going through a real shitty time in my life, and I was just like, I felt like I had this, I don't know, as soon as it got hard, it all purged out of me, like all the hurts and the injustices, and how dare they say that when that's not true, and how, you know, this is what's happened to me, and, you know, this is why I am this is why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, because, you know, it's just real anger, bitterness, resentment. All this stuff was just coming out of me. And you know what? She was amazing. My personal trainer was amazing, because she would just go, oh yeah, God damn, how dare they? You know, like, you know, she was great with that. But then, you know, as you know, she's listening, she's putting my weights up, and I'm actually pushing stuff out, real pumping some real good weight. It's like, I felt really bad. I felt every time I, you know, drove out the drive, I'd say, you know, oh God, stop doing this, Shona. The poor girl doesn't need to hear your dirty laundry. Stop it, you know, and then one day I just said to her, I'm so sorry that I did this. I come to you, and every time it's just this negative, toxic bullshit that I keep, you know, purging out to you as I'm working out. I'm sure you don't need it in your life. And she's like, no. This is what it's all about. Like, pain is weakness leaving your body, is what she said, which that felt really good for me to hear that at that time, because it did feel like weakness, and felt like when I was purging this stuff, it's like, this is how strong I am. See, I've got to prove it to myself how strong I am mentally and emotionally. For her to say that to me, like, yes, get it out, I'm here for it. This is what personal training is. It's not just your body, it's everything. Everything needs to align. Your body needs to align with your mind, with your mindset, with your emotional, you know, well-being. And so that was beautiful, and I'm glad you brought that post up, because that was a defining moment for me to say, this is how I want to coach. I want to coach like this, because it's not just about, okay, here's the formula to get from A to B. It's about purging. It's about releasing. But it's your mental well-being, emotional well-being, matching up with your physical well-being, with where you want to go. All of that is beautiful. And so I guess getting back to the topic that we're talking about, I guess that was a strength thing. My body did need to be where my head was at, and pushing through that and releasing all that internal thing, I think that's what prevented me from getting sick, because what I was going through at that time, could have absolutely destroyed me, depleted me. I could have had depression, anxiety. Not that I don't have that, you know, every now and again it comes and goes, but it's I know the tools to live with that sort of stuff, but it's, you know, physical ailments will present itself because you're holding your emotions in.
100%. Yeah.
And that was my release. And that was just, yeah, like moving my body. Now when I know that I'm resenting something or I'm holding things in emotionally, it's movement, go walk 6Ks, like get some music in your ear,
yes,
and you go, or you pump some weights and do it, or whatever it is, but just, you know, make your body feel it and release it at the same time. And I feel 10,000% better when I get back from that. I really do feel that sometimes when we hold that stuff in, some really bad illnesses, ailments can come, and that's my preventative measure. If, you know, there's more things that could contribute to that, but that's certainly one way that I feel like I'm in control of being able to, you know, to be healthier.
Yeah, 100%. I've heard so many people talk about this, that it's symptoms that come up and diseases and all of those sorts of things. For everything that happens physically with your body, there's an energetic, like there's an energetic part to it as well as the physical part to it.
Yes,
there's always that in happening within your system. And, you know, quite often we look at the symptoms and stuff and we try to like fix that rather than checking out what's going on energetically as well, because that can get to the heart of things pretty much. Oh my gosh, I loved that post. That post gave me goosebumps because it's like, yes, I'm here for it. Like that. When I exercise, it's such a mental game to like get through the actual exercises that you're wanting to do, or like whatever you use, if you've got a trainer or if you go to the gym or if you're using like a program or something like that, to actually get from the start to the finish. Like if the class didn't push you, then like nothing's going to change. It's just like maintenance. So for me, I love to sweat. I love to push myself, and it's not so much like it's the mental game, but it's also like you physically sweat to get the toxins out, but then you also get to get the mental and emotional toxins out as well. All of the energy that you're up in your body, like it's the perfect time to release that as well, out with the sweat as well. So
absolutely,
I love that you wrote that post because it just reminded me. It's like, yes, that's the perfect place to release all of that stuff.
It is
when you're doing your exercise.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's you're killing two birds with one stone, right? You know, like
I know
you're
working half the time, guys.
That's it. And it's like you are
life hacks. That's how we do it. We don't wash our hair, and we
get 6 packs while we do our therapy.
There's got to be like a catchphrase in that. I'm not quick-witted like
no,
that.
but I totally nerd out about this stuff, I should say. Like this is just, the vitality for me at this stage of my life that's 100%. My main goal. You know,
100%.
It's something that I had before that I took for granted before your 20s and 30s. You got so much energy, you can do whatever. You can party hard and bounce back up, then party again if it's ready for you, and then bounce back up. And now it's just like, hey, I'm at the other half. I'm at the end half of my life, and now it's time to take care, to still have fun and still feel like I'm in my 20s, 30s. I do not want to grow up, but I want to age well. So that's
the thing. And I think a lot of it is taking care of yourself when you're younger, though, because it starts to come out when you're older. You're like, I wasn't very kind to my body.
It really does.
But yeah, I guess that's the thing, is that with my kids, because obviously like having kids a little bit later, I was 31 when I had my first child, that was when I sort of had my health awakening, I suppose, when I was like early 30s, where I was like, oh, I've actually got to live in this body for like another, 70 years. I'm going to make it to 100. Like,
yeah,
totally.
Of course you are.
And I was like, crap, like I really want to actually take care of this vessel now. Because I mean, in my 20s, I worked in nightclubs. That's actually where I met my husband. And like, we used to, work hard. But then after work, like all the bar stuff, like, let's like just get smashed and hammered and like, let's go out now. And we'd go out at like early hours in the morning. And all that sort of stuff. And also when I first started working in bars and clubs and stuff, it was smoking inside. So I was always
I remember that too.
And all that sort of stuff. But it was a lifestyle where it was like I'd work all night and then sleep most of the day and then eat shit food because I was working in a pub and there was pub food and it was delicious.
Yeah, of course.
And it was all the dairy and all the gluten. And all the
easy palmies and wedges and sour cream.
And it was amazing because it goes so well with alcohol.
Give us a view with that.
So yeah, I guess for me now it's like I want to actually role model for my kids taking care of your body and listening to your body when it wants, you know, when it's telling you. My daughter's 7 now, and like I can see so much of the way that I talk about food and I can see her repeating that. So I'm very careful about like, this is a bad food, this is a good food sort of thing. But like feeling into like, oh, I just ate, you know, a mango. Oh my gosh, my body, if I could eat one food for the rest of my life, if I had mangoes, my body would be so charged up and just like energized.
Really?
All the beans. Wow. I don't know, mangoes are special. They've got something special in them that just my body loves. And my daughter, she's obsessed with mangoes as well. And every time we eat mangoes, like we do this little dance. We're like, oh my God, I'm having a mango. My body feels amazing. Yeah, I see with her. She's like, oh, I feel tired now. And then she's like, oh, I ate this before. Maybe I should have some fruit, or maybe I should have something healthy now, Mummy, to make me feel better. I'm like, yeah. Let's see. Why don't we make a smoothie? Why don't we cut up some fruit and have like a rainbow fruit salad or something like that?
That's beautiful awareness.
Which is good. But then at the same time, I don't want her to feel like, oh, like get stressed out about food either.
Yeah.
So it's trying to find that balance of like making food fun and just understanding what food does to your body and how that feels, but then also not being too stressed out. Because I mean, I don't want to live a life where I only get to eat healthy foods and I don't let myself indulge and feel good about having the occasional whatever, whenever. Because, I think that does more harm than good, really.
Well, I think it does too. And I reckon I actually probably did some more harm than good with my kids when they were little, because we had to go additive free for my son. But I relaxed a little bit as he grew older because he just had less symptoms. So it was easier. But it's interesting now, like I did let him have McDonald's and have KFC and every now and again, and they could have soft drink every now and again. And then as they got older, they chose. And so early teens, late teens, they know. They actually say, I don't want to eat that because it makes me feel bad. Like I just don't want to feel that way. So they choose. And my son, like he's 19 now, but as an 18-year-old, like he's standing at the bench making himself a salad. Like that's because he's what his body was craving,
I would not eat a salad at 18.
No. If I had to make it, oh my God,
it was in a burger.
Yeah. I mean, not to say like he will still go and have Macca's. Like he'll still say, I want KFC or whatever, and want soft drink. But they just know in their bodies when they know they need healthy stuff, they do it. And Indy's the same. My daughter, she is mostly healthy foods, because when she does have the unhealthy foods, she just and her body just really reacts to it, and she's laid out. So and they know that they have a choice, that they can go to town if they want to, but they're choosing the right choices, which I think as parents, and it sounds like you're the way to just that's the best job we can do.
Teaching them to listen to their own body.
Yeah.
That I think is like just the goal for everything. When you're helping your kids, it's like just reminding them that they've got all the answers inside of themselves. They've got their own guidance system that they get to trust. I mean, I don't know what's best for them. Like
that's right.
I've got experience. I can offer my suggestions and all that. I mean, I know they're young and it's my job to keep them alive, but you know what I mean? Like as they get older, it's sort of like allowing them to make their own choices and listen to their own intuition. Yeah. They're life skills.
They are such life skills. And we teach our kids about consent to a lot of things, but sometimes we don't let them say no to what their soul desires, what they what makes them feel. And I think
food's a good example of that, though.
Food's a massive example.
We try to teach them about don't let anybody touch you in ways that you don't want. And when people try to make you do things or all of that sort of stuff. But then we sit there and we go, you have to eat that.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't like those carrots, but
you're
too
forcing
bad you're
them to
eating
do
them.
something.
I
and
know.
even though you know, you're like, yeah, but this is healthy food. That's unhealthy food that you're wanting right now. Or, you know, you have to eat this because this is going to give you these vitamins and minerals, which is, you know, you need that for your growth and your development and blah, blah, blah. Offering kids a choice and being like, here's what we've got to eat. You know, pick what you'd like to eat from that. And like, you know, my son's more in the camp of eating anything and everything that's processed and that's white food, pretty much only. If you try to offer him a blueberry, he's like, what is that? When you try and like kill me here, Mum, like, don't, ew, gross, get it away from me. But then he'll happily eat like, you know, crackers and chips and stuff. I'm like, do you know what's in that? Like, obviously I don't say that, but like he's been a real struggle to get to eat anything other than something that's white. Whereas my daughter's always loved fruit. She's not so keen on the vegetables, but she's slowly coming around. This is my rule in my house, is that if you're not going to eat the dinner that I've made, then you can have a banana, or you can have my kids are obsessed with it, like the, you know, the mountain bread, the really thin wraps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or you can have a wrap. That's the thing. And most of the time my daughter's like, I have a banana. And I'm like, sweet. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, give me a wrap. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I still give them a choice. I don't force feed them because I don't want them to have that association with food. Like, food's yucky. I have to eat it. Exactly. It's not enjoyable.
That's right.
That sort of thing.
I agree. Yeah. I totally agree with that.
That was a random podcast. We were going to talk about something else, but we'll save that for next week.
We will save that for next week. This is the wild roads we take.
It is. The wild roads. Mic drop. All right.
That was random as fuck.
I like when you said fizz sticks, and then it sounded like, it honestly sounded like fisting. I was like, what? Because I was like, so I wanted to look it up afterwards. I'm like, oh, this sounds awesome. I want to look that up. And I'm like, fisting. I'm like, I'm pretty sure if I Google fisting, it's not going to come up. Even if that's what it's called.
That is so funny.
Wild Rose! Wild Rose!
Wild Rose.
Wow.